both Ime and Steve Kerr, they have a chance to pore over the tape from the first 2 games, and now for nearly 72 hours, they've been looking at this over and over and over again. So, Zach, I want to start with you here, since you kind of sort of, not as much as Chiney, but kind of sort of liked what we did there. Maybe learned a little.
I did.
So,
he's got to be so grumpy about everything.
What adjustments do you, stop talking, what adjustments do you want to see made in Game 3?
I'll give you 2 for the Celtics. Number 1, I think they need to get to their White, Smart, Tatum, Brown, Horford lineup faster. I think that's been their best lineup in the playoffs, particularly the last 2 series. It's taken them too long to get there. And the Draymond on Jaylen Brown thing is interesting to me because it's almost a double-edged sword for the Warriors. It can take away Jaylen Brown, and Draymond was incredible. And the idea of having that guy in my face for 48 minutes is really just unpleasant. But it takes him away from the basket, and he takes their best rim protector away from the basket. And the Celtics started to figure that out at points in the game. If you're face guarding Jaylen Brown 30 feet from the rim, there's nothing there other than maybe Looney's on the floor. He's been very good. But when they go small,
that's not good defense right there by Draymond.
But he's charged with guarding Jaylen Brown, and he's got his back turned to the action. When they're small, he's their only rim protector. They'll play him on Horford more in those scenarios. But I think the Celtics can use Jaylen Brown off the ball and do some decoy stuff with him and say, we're going at the rim harder because, yeah, you're on Jaylen Brown. You're taking our second best player away, but there's no one at the rim that really, really scares us.
Grumps?
Well, when I say good defense, and I'm sorry that I as a basketball player, I don't appreciate the 2.5 feet, the 30-second montage that we just did.
Translations to like barbershop that are used.
No, there was not. There was not. Anyways, the point that I was trying to make when I said not great defense there by Draymond is because Draymond is a great individual defender. And look, if you're just going to face guard somebody, and maybe that was the game plan, but you got to be able to do it. And what Draymond has been one of the best in the league at is he can guard someone and still be a help defender. He can guard someone and still get back to the rim.
That's why they put him on guys who aren't as dangerous as Jaylen Brown, so he can do more of the get
and help. And so like, when they start to learn at the Boston Celtics, you can start positioning Jaylen Brown in the place where now all of a sudden, you're going to get easier rolls. You're going to have, you're going to have 2-on-1 on the backside. There's a lot of different things that they can do. For me, what I want to see from the Boston Celtics is I just need to see more attacking of that paint. I just need to see more of it. Don't settle on so many jumpers. We are seeing Draymond block jumpers. With all due respect to Draymond, he's not jumping 40 inches off the ground. Attack someone if they're closing out. I know that the three-point line is a huge weapon, but don't let it also be a problem. If someone is closing out to you, drive them. Pump fake and drive and get an easier shot. If they can win that points in the paint, because you're not going to outshoot the Golden State Warriors. No one has ever since Steph and Klay started doing this. You're not going to outshoot them, but you can beat them up in the paint. I think that's what they need to do more of.
And that's what Coach Ime Udoka basically said. We need to share the ball, and that's that draw-to mentality. You don't just settle for the shot. You attack, draw-to, kick, and that's naturally getting their assist numbers up. Now, I think, personally, it's all about the third quarter for the Celtics, period. Because the Warriors, they had an opportunity. I know they lost game 1, and they were up about 12, when it came to that third quarter.
Yes,
they could have been up 20. So if you look at the point margin, the Warriors are plus 14 in the third quarter in game 1, plus 21 in game 2, plus 35 overall in the third quarters. If I'm at halftime, Richard, what do you put in that drink before you get the show? It's coffee. It's like souped up coffee, okay? Like, at halftime, I am putting something in there, and I'm like, hey, y'all, let's get ready. Let's get juiced up, because this is where the Warriors, and we've known historically they do damage in that third quarter. We have to go out there and say, we're going to hold them, or we're going to outscore them, or we're going to hold them defensively, to little points, because that third quarter is where they, over the course of a 7-game series, potentially, that's where they're actually winning the game.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.